Neil McCabe is on the line with us, apropos not of that, but other things. He's the editor of the Guns and Patriots newsletter and a reporter with Human Events. Gunsandpatriots.com is the website. Neil, welcome back to the program.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Tom. Great to be with you again.
Well, thank you, Neil. Christmas is over.
No, Christmas begins on Christmas Day and continues for 12 days in our church.
Oh, really? Are you Catholic?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Best, but I try.
No, I the 12 days of Christmas, I remember this. I didn't grow up Catholic, so I don't know about this. There literally are 12 days of Christmas then, huh?
Right. In a lot of cultures, actually, the big day is the 12th day, and that's why Shakespeare's play, The Twelfth Night, is considered the most magical of nights. It's when it's when we mark the arrival of the three kings. So
that's 12 days before the 25th, not 12 days after.
No, leading up to after the 25th, because before the 25th is Advent.
Oh, that's right. They showed up to bring gifts to the child, not to predict the child. You got it. Okay. All right. Thank you, Neil.
Sure. So you can say Merry Christmas for another few days.
Yeah.
And,
okay. Well, Merry Christmas at you.
And on our street, we would always watch to see what families got rid of their Christmas tree before the 12th night. That was
because you knew they were Protestants. You knew they were heretics.
Exactly. We're always on watch for heretics, Tom.
There you go. Okay. Meanwhile, the thing that you and we had booked for this conversation is last year Utah Republicans passed and enacted a law mandating drug testing for welfare recipients. I'm wondering. I mean, first of all, let me just say very simply, we've tried this and it doesn't work. Or it does work, arguably, but it doesn't produce the results that Republicans want. From 2011 to 2012, just 108 of the 4,086 people who took a drug test in the state of Florida, which mandated it for a year, only 2.6% failed, compared to a national drug use rate of 8%, and it cost the Florida taxpayers $45,000. In Arizona, after 3 years and 87,000 screenings, only one person failed the drug test. But seriously, if we're going to drug test welfare recipients, Walmart got $2.6 billion in welfare payments last year. Should we start drug testing the Walton family?
Or maybe the board of directors of Citibank. They're certainly on a bunch of corporate welfare. I think that there are a lot of things that we could do better. But one of the things that we're going to try to do well is the pilot program in Michigan, where in 3 counties, they're going to test it out for a year. If you pop for drugs and you're on welfare, you get your benefits are suspended for 6 months, and you're referred to a treatment program. I think that's reasonable, Tom.
The benefits being suspended for 6 months means that a lot of these people are going to end up homeless. That sounds not only unreasonable, but brutal.
Well, we don't know that they'll end up homeless. They may
no, come on, Neil. They are at the highest risk of ending up homeless of pretty much anybody in America because they are poor enough that they qualify for welfare benefits.
Well, I think there's going to be enough notice, Tom, so that people, if they decide that they want their benefits suspended for 6 months, they will pop a drug test.
Okay, let me put this in a different frame, Neil.
I've been drug tested a lot. I was on active duty in the Coast Guard, and I'm in the Army Reserve now. I mean, people, they're drug tests. It happens all the time. People accept it. And then there are people who think that drugs are more important than everything else, and they get thrown out of the military.
Right, I understand that. And I'm not sure that I would want somebody, if I was in the military, and particularly in a combat position, I wouldn't want the guy sitting next to me to be, high.
Sure.
Just like you and I probably don't want truck drivers going down the highways high, or anybody for that matter. You don't want people intoxicated when they're doing dangerous things. But what's wrong with somebody on welfare getting high?
Well,
what's wrong with anybody getting high?
That's not productive behavior. You're supposed to be turning your life around. Welfare is not a lifestyle.
Who says?
Welfare is the government and the American people, or people in your community, helping you get back on your feet so you can turn your life around.
You're assuming that absolutely everybody wants to be, quote, a productive member of society. I think that history and science demonstrates that somewhere between 1% and 4% of all people are going to end up in the category of what you would probably call terminally lazy or whatever. Probably a soft form of mental illness where sitting around watching TV and getting high is their life, and that's what they want to do. And that's such a small percentage of Americans that when you consider let me finish my thought here, Neil. When you consider this, the large cohort of people who are on welfare legitimately, people who are the working poor. I mean, the way that the Walmart got their $2.6 billion welfare payment is that virtually all of their employees qualify for some government support. And to say that you're getting government support because you're working your butt off and you're poor is wrong. But B, if somebody is not working at all, I don't mind there being a few outliers. I don't mind supporting a few people in exchange for being able to make sure that the 20, 30, 40% of Americans who are living at or below the poverty line don't have absolutely disastrous lives. And I don't want to punish them with a damn drug test.
Well, it's not a punishment that you don't get free money, and somebody is, there are people who are lazy, but let's say there are people who aren't lazy. It's just that they have a drug problem. We need to isolate who those people are and get them treatment.
I'm all in favor of offering drug treatment. I'm all in favor of that, but you don't cut somebody's benefits off. You don't cut somebody's benefits off, Neil, and then say, oh, by the way, get down to this drug treatment program. I don't have any benefits. I can't even afford bus fare anymore.
I think, Tom, that the reality is that if somebody has gone to the government to say, I need help, it's, the money that they're given shouldn't be spent on drugs.
Here's the solution that I think.
Right? I mean, come on.
No, I have no problem with people taking welfare money and using it.
Robin Williams said that cocaine is God's way of saying you have too much money. Right?
It's a nice bumper sticker, but it's apropos of this. What if we were to simply say that, as the Swiss are going to vote on next year, everybody in the United States gets $20,000 a year, period, no matter what they're doing. Just like, this is how Sarah Palin ran Alaska. Only it was only, I think the year that she was running for vice president, her family got almost $40,000 just in free money, right, from the state of Alaska. That was oil revenues.
Sure.
That everybody gets a guaranteed minimum income. The guaranteed minimum income of every person in the country is $20,000. And then you do away with all the welfare bureaucracy, all the welfare programs. Everybody gets a guaranteed minimum income. What do you think? We got a little less.
I'm dangerously sympathetic to that, and we've talked about sort of the negative income tax as the earned income credit, but really that's closer to sort of what Daniel Patrick Moynihan was trying to sell Nixon on, 30, 40 years ago. I really believe that the purpose of our welfare state is to create middle-class bureaucracy jobs. And so it's like if you just took the money we spend on all these social welfare programs and divided it up by the recipients and then just cut out all of the sort of the hangers-on, the apparatchiks, all the civil servants, the tens of thousands of people who are actually administering these programs. I mean, more money would go to the recipients.
Okay, so we're agreeing on a guaranteed minimum income. Another way to do it, by the way, would be to raise the minimum wage, because then all these Walmart workers would not qualify for welfare.
It's a dynamic situation, Tom.
Yes. Okay. Neil McCabe, gunsandpatriots.com. Thanks, Neil.
Have a dynamic new year.
Thank you. You too. Good talking with you.